Hello, Professor. This is Pulkam Sangramamshi. I'm going to explain about Unix operating system. Coming to the operating system, introduction to operating system. An operating system acts as a communication path between all hardware and software components. Even it allows specific programs to run as per the commands given by the end user through graphical user interface. It is highly impossible for any user to use computers, smartphones, tablets, wearable devices without an operating system. The main role of an operating system includes management of memory, processor, file, device, input-output processes, and security of the device. Coming to the Unix operating system, Unix is a multi-client working framework. It has the ability to give virtual PCs to various clients by making mimicked processors, numerous locations, spaces. The principal elements of Unix were its effortlessness, versatility, performing multiple tasks, and multi-user abilities, broad library and programming, and progressive record framework. Because of its notable elements, it is one of the most remarkable and broadly utilized across different equipment stages from work areas, workstations to web applications and ongoing waiters. Coming to the history of Unix, it was first written in 1969 by Ken Thompson. Uh, it was the first version of the Unix was written, and then the new versions are being released in 1975, 1984, 1997 with the Unix-based core with Macintosh graphics and GUI. Coming to the Unix design goals, it's known as the OS by programmers for programmers. The first thing is to develop the OS to support software development, and the second thing is keeping the algorithms as simple as possible and making the OS and any application software developed for it portable from machine to machine. These are the design goals of any operating system. Coming to the Unix memory management, Unix uses the demand paged virtual memory architecture. Memory is managed at the page level. Basic memory allocation responsibility of page level allocator. It has two principal clients, paging system and kernel memory allocator. This is the memory management takes place in the Unix. Uh, the the process is moved from secondary memory to the main memory by swapping in, and the swapping out takes place from the main memory to the processor one. Coming to the processor management, the processor management mechanism in OS decides which process to run first and which one last. It decides the hierarchy of the execution in multi-programming case. The traffic controller of the processor management contains the track of all process and status of the based on this processor allocates and deallocates the process when it's no longer required. This is the processor states in the Unix. It's running time and locked and blocked suspended, ready suspended and ready. Coming to the device management, for any operating system, the device management is one of the most important functionality. It manages the control over all devices, including input-output devices. It keeps tracks on all the status of input-output devices. Based on the status of them, it allocates the devices which are free and not in use. OS manages all the devices of a system with the help of device controllers and device drivers. Each device seeks help of the device controller. The device controllers contain buffers registered to store the temporary data. Data transfer can be possible between running process and devices only with the device controllers, so the system bus is used to connect each other through the device controllers, which enables a connection between each and every controller in operating system. Buffer helps in increasing the performance of operating system. Through this, the time gap between the processing also can be eliminated. Buffer stores the data process while controller reads the current processor reads succeeding process. Below is the pictorial representation of how the device management works. This is what the device management works. The file management. Coming to the file management, organizing and maintaining large amount of data plays a key role in every operating system design. Bad file management often leads to confusion and may lead to severe consequences. All data is stored in files, which is smallest unit used for the organizing information. Files are organized into directories, and file system can be viewed as hierarchical tree structure as below. The file system in Unix is organized into multi-level hierarchy structure called directory tree. This is the classification of Unix file system, like the ordinary files, directories, special files, pipes, sockets, symbolic links. Coming to the security management in Unix. Unix systems are all around of us, and majority of internet services run on it. System administrators must be more cautious in filling out the security gaps, failure of which may cause vulnerability at some stage. So there should be a continuous improvement in the security system in operating system to avoid the attacks of hackers. The designs of the Unix security are as follows: the file permissions, data verification, encryption, disaster recovery of the system, system backups, system firewall, system logs, and audits. Coming to the user interface is nothing but the medium through which the user interface interacts with the system. Through user interface, the end user can perform complicated tasks by writing a single command line or a single click. Unix operating system has both graphical user interface and command line interface. Coming to the future direction of Unix, Unix is absolutely required operating system across. So providing necessary training on Unix and teaching shell commands to graduates and people who work in IT sector can generate many more flavors of it. People who are willing to work on web server technology and server administration must definitely learn Unix and get familiar with its commands. From simple command line interpretations application to multiple users, Unix has made possible which GUI graphical user interface based other operating systems could not perform. Unix is there in all sorts of applications and systems, irrespective of whether it is an Android, iOS, etc., or any other operating system. Coming to the conclusion, the impact of Unix on the computing world has been far reaching. Its power, speed, and flexibility, along with its widespread adoption on computing devices of every size, has helped it revolutionize the development of operating systems. It has no surprise that a very similar operating system, Linux, has also met with enthusiasm. Together, they run on millions of computers and computing devices. One of the reasons for success of Unix has been its spare, flexible, and powerful command structure. In its early years, Unix was distributed only as a command driven interface created by the programmers for programmers, so they could quickly and easily issue commands. Recently, with the addition of several standard graphical user interface for users to choose from, anyone can choose from the menu options issue the powerful command that only highly skilled users could use create previously. With its adoption by Apple on the basis of its Mac OS X operating system, Unix has reached an even wider user base. So, what started as minor operating system in 1969 has become one of the most popular and powerful operating systems in the world. That's it. Thank you.